Hello and welcome to ChatG&G. He's Grizz and I'm Gags, and we're back together after I think 3 weeks, 3 long weeks. Or were they long or did they go fast?
No. They were long. I'm gonna give you that, but that's all I'm gonna give you because you've walked straight back into the team, Mr. Gags Tandon. I mean, this is what you call power and superiority. I mean, seniority. I mean, how have you walked straight back into the team? Like Eddie Gibbs, right? The other part of ChatG&G stroke G, right?
Yeah.
Was gave a fantastic performance, and we were contemplating like you was only as good as your last game. So you walked back into the lineup. I like it. How are you?
Well, there's Mo Salahs of this world.
Oh,
And,
get over yourself.
there's the Diaz's and Nunez's, which
Well, we said he's the Milner, but then we said no, he's not the Milner. He's the
look,
new
man, I went for
Milner.
the African
Endo.
nations. I just went for the African nations, bro. That's where I went. And I had to come back. Yeah,
Listen, don't start on the African nations, please. It's a sensitive topic and sensitive subject. Yeah, so don't let me say nothing. So that might get me.
If he won the African nations, he would have won Ballon d'Or. That's where I stand. But
Interesting. Well, no, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. We were literally just before we went live because we were just trying to contemplate. Work out when was the last time we spoke, and I think it was on the eve of the 5 games in 15 days. And we were sort of forecasting what kind of return and what kind of state we're going to be in, and you was really worried about the fatigue side of things, and I was like pumping you up saying, come on Gags, don't worry, it's going to be fine. And lo and behold, we sit 13 points.
Well, thanks to Arsenal, yes. Otherwise, we dropped a couple of points in there that they could have capitalized on. We are very fortunate that we're in the title race with Arsenal and not Man City, I'd say. We dropped 4 points in there, and had they capitalized, it would have been a bit tighter, Well, actually, they dropped more than that. Wait up, they dropped 2 draws and a loss. Did they do that? Is that right?
Yeah. So basically, in that period where we got 7 points out of 11, was it at the time? No, it can't be out of 11.
11 out of 15.
11 out of 50. I beg your pardon. In that period, we got 11 out of 15. They played 3 games, I believe, only.
Yeah, and really, they should have beat West Ham. And, they should, though, innit? They should. Like, if me and you were just talking about it, at home game, Arsenal, nobody could have called that they were going to lose that game before.
Nah, the loss is unheard of. The loss is literally like how Crystal Palace beat us last season. Do you remember at home?
Yeah, exactly.
That was kind of the turning point in our season in terms of we knew it was over. And I'd like to think this is the equivalent in the Arsenal season where they lost at West Ham and they must have thought, okay. And then I think we followed it up with another poor result, didn't we, last year? Oh, I can't remember now. But they followed it up with a poor result against Nottingham Forest away. Really, they didn't win. And I know Forest are quite a capable side this season, but we kind of expected them to win as well. But hey, listen, one team's misfortune is another team's fortune. And, my prediction, as the viewers and subscribers let me know, was spot on. My 11 points out of 15. I can't remember what you said, but not really bothered.
I wanted 15. I wanted 15. My hat was always on 15 because I expected Arsenal to win all their games. And if that was, if that was a decent team, sorry, Arsenal, if it was a decent team or if it was a Man City, we would have to expect 15 points.
No. I think 15 was way too.
No. I'm saying we would have to expect to be at 15 if you want to keep up with City. It's like
I knew we're gonna draw.
Yeah, it's like the 19-20 season, 18-19. You'd have to be that way.
The only way that I was thinking was going to be different would be I thought we're going to get a draw at City, and a draw at Villa. But it worked out we got the draw at Villa and Everton and one at City. So either way, I was happy with the 11 points out of 15. I knew it would be substantial. You mentioned your hat was on 15 points. Well, Jill Williams is in the chat and she says, not such a sexy hat. Grizz, get the cap back on. This is
I wanted to make sure we put these on when you paused.
This is actually a very expensive hat, I've been told. And don't ignore the Donald Duck. Is it Donald Duck or who's that? The Daffy Duck? I don't know. Daffy Duck? I don't know who's on my hat.
Daffy. It is
Daffy.
Daffy.
Is it Daffy? Oh, ignore Daffy. This is a very, very prestigious hat, I've been told. Oh, my man PID is in the building. Thank you very much, man. And to Gags as well. Welcome to the channel, PID. I know you're a new subscriber here, probably. I know you follow me on my channel, and an actual channel member. But welcome to Anfield Index as well.
Thank you, PID.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have Sudge coming in peace. Sorry, I did not mean to offend Sudge. You're a good man. You're the only one I know is a good man.
And supports Arsenal.
Yeah, that's what I know.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. He's been, mate, when you're not here as well, this geezer's been coming on and giving us super chats. Respect to you, Sudge. Very kind. Sorry, Sudge, when I say a better team, I just mean a super team, really. Like, I think Man City in the 18, 19 and 1920 season have really left some scars on us. And even the 21-22 season, you just had to be perfect to win those leagues. So I was still putting myself in that realm, but obviously this season you don't need to be perfect.
Well, this is the normal. Those were abnormals, right? This is normal. This is normal. So this is a normal race, even though it's not a race at the moment. As we speak, as we sit here and speak, it's not a race at the moment. But things can change.
No.
Really? You don't think it's a race?
No, it's not a race now, is it?
Well,
How is it a race?
We're going to get into it. I want to put something to you. I want to put something to you.
Let's go. How is it 13 points? How is it a race right now?
I want to put something to you. I want to put something to you. Normally, you're the one who puts the half glass empty spin on it, but I'm going to do it today and see how you react. Okay.
Yeah, go on.
But after tomorrow, by the time we play our next league game, Arsenal could be 7 points behind only. Did you know that before we play again?
That's interesting.
Is that interesting now, is it?
No, but I don't think it matters really, does it? They will have a game in hand, right?
We would have a game in hand and a 7-point lead.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
I'm just saying, 7-point lead.
Yeah, but that's 3 games played by them, right?
Yeah, they'd have to win all 3, of course. That would mean Chelsea at home, Man United away, and who's their third game? Someone in the chat, let us know who's the third game that Arsenal play in that sort of before us. So they play 3 league games before we play our next league game after Southampton.
Fulham at home. They're going to draw all 3. They're going to draw all 3 games. Then they got Everton away, and then they got Brentford at home. Like, this is a rough run for them. This is a rough run, and they're going to be in the next round of the Champions League as well, right? Because they've just smashed PSV. So they are going to be going hot with a real small squad against all these teams. So if you're asking me, is it a race? I don't think it is. They're going to focus on Champions League, mate, because they got Madrid coming up.
So last week, me and Eddie were trying to work out where we would like the guard of honor, or which game would we want? Like, we were looking that far ahead. Have you given it much thought? So now that you've told me and convinced me, and I listened to you, right? So
I've convinced you this time.
You've convinced me. No, you didn't. I was already convinced. I was just playing devil's advocate. But you now that you've told me there's no race. Okay. I'm going to ask you what we discussed last week. Where would you like it won? Like, which team would you like the guard of honor from?
What's the mathematical thing at the moment? How many wins gets us the win? How many wins gets us the trophy now?
6 wins officially gets us. Like, that's officially. But I think it'll be less. I think it'll be
I
less.
know. I'm just going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think if we can win 5 in a row, so if we can beat Southampton, Everton, Fulham, West Ham, and Leicester, which is doable, yeah, I think if we win those 5, I think it's done. And then the next bunch, it'll be Tottenham at home. Will be the guard of honor, I think, the first one, and it'll be April, dude, end of April.
I have a sneaky feeling.
And then you know the teams: Tottenham, Chelsea, Arsenal would have to give us guard of honor.
Well, but apparently it's optional. It's like a etiquette. It's not. They're not.
Yeah, but they'll be slagged off by everyone, and they're dog. Yeah, if they don't do it, they'll be completely dragged. Like,
do you reckon?
Literally, they'll be known as disrespectful teams. They did it in the past. Arsenal did it for us in the past.
But that was different. Yeah, but that was different, right? Because of the rivalry. They weren't in a title race. It'll be interesting. But you're right, though. You're right. They would have to.
Bro, they would. If we won 5 and they don't drop any points, fine. It'll be the Arsenal game. If we beat Tottenham,
Gags,
it'll be. It'll be in time. Basically, it'll be in time for Arsenal. Don't worry about it. I've got a feeling.
I want a guard of honor from.
I want them to have a choice, and if they don't, they're gonna get slated so badly, bro. Oh, it would be beautiful. It would be beautiful to see them decline it, because I think the Liverpool players will get proper mad out of it.
I would love it. Mo, sorry, bring that up again. Let's have a discussion because we missed you guys, man. Get your questions, points, anything, talking points. What do you want us to discuss? It's the end of the week. Liverpool play Southampton tomorrow. We're going to look forward to that, and then obviously we're going to look forward to the League Cup final as a double. The PSG game, and maybe talk about the PSG game. But Mo, big up Mo. Hope you're doing very well, my friend. He says thoughts on the rumors coming out of Italy saying AC Milan are willing to let Leao go for 60 million euros. I wouldn't buy Leao for 50 million euros or even 40 million euros. That's my opinion on Rafael Leao.
No, not interested. I'd rather go for Isaac and spend some money.
Not interested at all in Rafael Leao. No. I think potentially and talent-wise he's up there. That's it. Nothing else. Effort, work rate, attitude, desire, hunger, everything that you need to be a Liverpool football player, he doesn't have, in my humble opinion. So hopefully I haven't sort of dampened your mood or anything. You probably wanted, if you're a fan of Rafael Leao, but I'm not a fan of Rafael Leao. Thank you, Fayez. Ramadan Kareem to you too as well. But yeah, look.
So Arsenal, by the way, playing Sunday, they could be 16 points behind by tomorrow, Grizz. So yeah, that'll be some turnaround from them.
Scoreboard pressure.
It's a real thing, brother. It's a real thing. So yeah.
Man United, but I mean, just very quickly, and we won't speak about Arsenal too much after this. Man United are in no state to take anything off them. I know football happens, but honestly, all their focus is on the second leg of Real Sociedad, which is tenderly placed 1-1. He's got injury issues. Amrim has literally said it's all about getting refreshed and being ready for Wednesday. He's literally said it. So Arsenal should walk that one.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I get it. It makes sense. And, but I still think Man United could get a draw because Arsenal are just that way inclined.
Well, they scored 7 they scored 7 in midweek.
Yeah, but
the perfect tonic.
Yeah, I guess the perfect tonic. Let's see what they do against United. United turn up sometimes. It'll be nice. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Arsenal can do what they want. By the time they get to Spurs, by the time we get to Spurs,
how does it feel? How does it feel?
It feels awesome, man.
No, go on, tell me. How does it feel? I mean, because we haven't spoken about it, and we were nervous, and we weren't nervous. We were confident, but we were kind of cautious, right?
Yeah, I'm not cautious anymore.
This turnaround has been absolutely stunning, hasn't it, Gags?
It's just been amazing since Slot's been here. It's been amazing, to be honest. I look at when Man City happened and we were celebrating, me and Jack on the pod. Was it Jack with me or was it Tad? I can't remember. Whoever was on with me. We were just going crazy that such a controlled performance. away from home at City.
Mm, mm,
And I was obviously away with work on the Newcastle game. Again, very controlled performance, so easy, made it
mm.
look easy, wasn't difficult. But I was celebrating on straight after that game at work. We had a mic and we had a few Reds around, and we were singing, "Now you're going to believe us. We're going to win the league." And all the United fans just stayed away from us at this work event. They were just like, "No chance we're getting in their faces." Arsenal fans hid because they drew that night as well. I think that was the key. That 4 or 5 day period, West Ham and Forest for them, and City and Newcastle for us. Just imagine us losing both those and them winning those two, and then we would have drawn to Villa, lost to City, lost to Newcastle. They would have won them two. It's a totally different thing, right? They're 5 points up, we're 5 6 points down. You're talking 2 point difference, bro. That's the swing and roundabout of football. Would have been 2 points, 2 points in it. So
Shall I tell you what the best
that's how
part is?
big. That's how big that week was. That's how big it was.
But the best part of it was that the idea or the hope from Arsenal, especially, and obviously rival fans, was the swing was going to work in their favor and not ours. Like the expectation and hope was, oh my God, Liverpool are going to drop points because they have Newcastle, Manchester City, you know, Everton,
Exactly.
Aston Villa. This is the period where we capitalize, where we've got West Ham at home, etc., etc. You know,
Yeah.
but I thought it
They
was a humbler.
and there was all this in the press about Arsenal, the form team. Arsenal have got all these things under their belt. Liverpool have been dropping points here and there. Yet they'd only caught us up by 2 points in like 3 4 months. When you when you think it all out, shake it all out, it was 2 points. Suj saying the better, more consistent team won this season. We haven't won yet, Suj, but yeah, we are so inconsistent. We must do the guard of honor. It's all about heritage. I'm no usual gooner. Fair enough, Suj. Thank you very much for that, and
No, they
appreciate
will.
it.
You're absolutely spot on. They won't risk being absolutely vilified and slaughtered if they don't give us the guard of honor. So I'm so looking
Hmm.
forward to that. You know, that guard of honor is going to be probably more
I
sweeter
think it
than the
just
Man City one. Don't know how you feel.
yeah, yeah.
You
Absolutely.
reckon?
I don't think, I don't think there's any value in. I think the only sweeter guard of honor would be Man United right
Yeah,
now, because Man United from a historic perspective and just a slap to their fans.
yeah.
But Arsenal fans, not Suj though, not Suj, and not any fans like Suj that are nice people, but the ones that are like crazy online on AFTV and the ones that are just giving it this all season, they deserve to see that, and they deserve to witness it. To be honest, because it's been unrelenting at times. Like some of them are just so deluded at times. I mean, I I was obviously teetering a little bit with when we were dropping points, but I had no idea that Arsenal. I mean, to be fair, they have had a lot of injuries, Grizz, and we have to cut that slack to them. But they would never cut that slack to us as fans. They would just
No
call it a
chance.
win. They would call
No
it a win.
chance.
You know,
No chance.
apart from Suj, I'll keep saying it. Apart from Suj, but everybody else would not cut any slack for the team at all. Liverpool team last year, they're still saying to us, we bottled it last year. They're calling that a bottle. When you lost 11, 12 players, they're calling it a bottle. I wouldn't call this Arsenal. I wouldn't call Arsenal losing this a bottle. They were never really flying away with it. Liverpool were always in the lead. They've been in the lead for a while now in this league. So Arsenal didn't have anything to bottle. They just couldn't keep up because they didn't have, Arteta just ran his team into the ground at the end of the day over 3 years. It's what Klopp did to our team over 3 4 years. He just ran it into the ground.
I want to ask someone in the chat. I wonder what is the longest time a team has stayed on top of the Premier League and won it. So I believe we hit first spot in game week 6. Can someone in
Really?
the chat confirm that? And if we are going to be the longest team that stayed at the top, I don't know. I'm not sure about that, but I'm just thought about it now. Just intrigued to see how many weeks we have spent on top, and if or are we going to break any form of record in regards to that sense, in regards to that stat. It would be interesting.
It would
Um,
be interesting.
um, so look, let's get into it.
I'm actually going to try and figure this out, actually.
How the hell
But
are you
we'll
going
see.
to figure that out?
I'm gonna go and have a look. There must be a website. There must be a website that does it, surely.
Well, no, just ask Google. What's the question you're going to ask? You've got to just word the question properly.
Find me a Premier League table position week by 24-25, week by week. No, don't think it does. Maybe the Premier League one does it week by week. Can I go filter 3 weeks? Maybe not.
Well, people are saying, I think we have that record in 1920, Abdulaziz says, but Fayez says it should be City 17-18, the Centurion season.
Yeah, maybe the Centurion season would have it. Yeah, because they probably were from the start, right?
Were they? I can't remember, but they must be. You're right.
Yeah, I don't see anyone catching them when they're 100 points. We went in the title race that year.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know we hit first spot in game week 6, so I don't know. But look, me and you haven't spoken about PSG.
Yeah, let's do it.
We anticipated a tough game. I tweeted on the morning of the game that there seems to be a sort of arrogance and a foregone conclusion amongst the online fan base in terms of this should be a walk in the park. I didn't see it as that, and I said this is going to be
for us.
Yeah. There was a lot of confidence, not arrogance, a lot of confidence. But I knew this is going to be our toughest game of the season, bar none. And so it turned out to be.
Yeah, we've never won there. Like, that's the first time we've won there, man. Like, it's
our record in France. Our record in France is not very good at all.
Yeah, exactly. I just can't agree with people that were just so overconfident. This is what happens. The problem with sometimes Liverpool fans as well. Just because you're doing well and you're going, just the craziness just comes out. Yeah, we're just going to beat everyone, and we won't beat everyone. It's not that type of team that's just going to roll over other teams. We got hammered. Let's be honest. We got hammered on Wednesday night. That was a pasting. But the beautiful thing is that the pasting was really the first half. And I said this on the post match with Jack when I was watching. We pulled up the shot maps and the shot profiles of PSG, and you could see second half the shot profile was awful from them. They were shooting from stupid angles, from distance. We'd frustrated the crap out of them. So the second half performance onwards, it was controlled. Just like, let them come. They're not going to get past. We're not going to let them create. And we messed up so many breaks in the second half. We had so many opportunities to create a chance, but the last pass was just rubbish from us. And in the end, we got one right. So whilst it was a pasting, we were much better second half, but people just don't. It's because the stress of the first half just.
Yeah, you're spot on, because I watched it again. Right? And I think you're spot on. I think the first 30 minutes was as horrible as 30 minutes I can recall in a Liverpool shirt. And I was a debate in a WhatsApp group that I was in, and speaking about, I think that was the worst half. I think it was worse than Napoli, because if we remember the time we got battered in Napoli, we had chances of our own, Gags. We had plenty of chances of our own as well. The difference here was we had.
We did. Did we lose 4-1 to them?
Yeah, we lost 4-1, but we had plenty of chances of our own. This time around, we had zero, and I mean zero chances. In fact, you could say we had zero chances apart from the goal. There was no other shot on target. There was no other chance.
It was a flick on. It was more of a flick on that they counted, which is weird.
So for me, this was the worst performance, worse than that as well. Defensively, we were shambolic that day, but going forward, we created chances. I remember we hit the post, and the keeper made a couple of tremendous saves. So, I know we lost 4-1, but we could have ended up losing 4-3 or 5-4, something like that. But this one was horrific. Now, obviously, you've spoken about Alisson all week, but you can't talk enough about Alisson. Where does he rank for you in sort of all-time Premier League keepers? Because I know you're very unbiased when it comes to this kind of thing.
I think we had a similar convo to this. We talked about ChatG and Schmeichel.
Oh, we did, didn't we?
We did, yeah. But we were like, he's in there. I said that it's an argument. Like, because I'm a Liverpool fan, I'm going to say it's Alisson. But then you know, a Man United fan will say it's Schmeichel, and then a Chelsea fan would say it's Czech, you know. So
And no one would be wrong. No one would be
no,
wrong.
we can't be wrong. Like literally for us, he has to be the greatest. Like we have to say Alisson's the greatest. I think that performance though, that day on Wednesday, probably did sway a lot of human beings because they're fickle.
It was sensational.
Even the opposition fans, very fickle, and they'll be like, never seen anything like it. But then
Gags, we haven't. But Gags, we have never seen anything like it.
Champions League final, Courtois.
Sure.
Come on, we've witnessed it live in a stadium, watching it in front of our eyes, going, how has this Liverpool team not scored? We played that team off the park, that Real Madrid team, and we lost 1-0 somehow.
I want to bring up a little mini conversation I had with Doug Critchley of Sky Sports, and big up Doug, very good friend of mine, who's a presenter on Sky Sports, and he tweeted something along the lines of, and I may paraphrase because I can't bring up my Twitter now. I should share my screen. I'm sorry, I'm very lazy like that. But he tweeted something along the lines of Liverpool tremendous result, horrific performance. A lot of opposition coaches will have looked at that and seen how fallible or vulnerable, I think the words were, Liverpool are. And I tweeted back, and I tweeted him back, quoted him back, and I said, Dougie, I just want to remind you that sort of after having the group that we had and topping it, after the victories that we had and topping our group, we're allowed an off night. I'd say opposition managers won't take that game in isolation, but the whole season in general, in terms of how good we've been, because it's very difficult to gauge an opinion on a team, weaknesses and strengths based on one game. You have to have a sample size, and the sample size of the season suggests that we're very, very good this season. And then I also reminded him, just to bring it back to what you was talking about, I said, Dougie, I sat in Paris and watched my team dominate the greatest club side probably ever, right, in Real Madrid, and Courtois made 9 saves after having man of the match performance. So I said, but did opposition fans or rival fans speak about how vulnerable Madrid are looking? No. They said, what a tremendous Champions League victory. That's all they spoke about. We never heard about it.
No one gives a crap afterwards. It's just because, just like what happened on the commentary team for that game, people want to try and pick holes in this Liverpool side. They do. There's this desperation where everyone wants them to lose. They're all very, very afraid that this question here is possible. At what point do you think a PLCO double is possible? I think if we get to the semis, that's when we can start talking about it, Suj, if I'm honest. But Grizz, you can answer that as well from Suj. But that's what I think people are fearing, is that we dominate and do a PL and CL double, because I think life would be very unbearable for a lot of other fan bases if that happens. So they're shitting themselves, if I'm honest.
I'd be unbearable, to be honest with you, and I think we deserve it. I think after all the heartache of the last Pep era and Klopp era, and the heartache and last minute losses, or last day losses, I should say, and Champions League finals, we deserve to be unbearable. Yeah. I would honestly, I would shout it from the rooftops, because I think people will realize what an achievement this is by our manager. Because Gags, can I remind you, not remind you, you already know, but can I remind everyone and remind myself, it was not only Arne Slot that came in. The amount of people that walked in behind the scenes at Liverpool Football Club was insane. The turnover in staff was insane. And to get everything organized behind the scenes and then on the pitch, I don't think we're getting enough praise for it. Because look at the state of other clubs. And we know from FSG and Michael Edwards' first hurrah with us, how important getting the structure right is, right? And we've done it just like that, Gags, Tandon, just like that.
I think they deserve all the credit in the world. I think you think about it and you go, all of that turnover around the scenes, you just got to pray. You're just thankful, that there wasn't much turnover in the first team.
Yeah,
because that's what saved us. Because the first.
This is why there wasn't. They again, they were 3 steps ahead.
Yeah, because they thought there's too much change behind the scenes. If we sell too many players, I mean, we had players leave. Remember, there's quite a lot that left on freeze, or we didn't renew. Thiago's and Matip's, and these are all big personalities around the back of the You
Absolutely.
go, they're huge.
Milner.
Milner, Milner went the year before, or was it this year? I think so. Anyway, I thought Milner was there last year at Brighton. I'm sure it was, but
You're right.
yeah, it was Thiago and Matip and a few others this year. But I just think, was it Ox this year as well, or was that last year too? That was last year. So it was these two this year. But still, big personalities behind the scenes, man. Like Matip, a lot of people loved him, and also Thiago was such a good, role model for a lot of the Spanish or Portuguese speaking players. So losing them was still big. At the end of the day, though, just still, you're right. The sheer amount of people that just left these people's lives, these players' lives, like everyone.
Goalkeeping coaches, tactical analysts, data analysts, behind the scenes, physios, doctors.
What about the food nutritionists? All
people
of them
don't realize. See, people. The thing is, right? The modern day fan only just transfers, signings, first team. Literally, they only think about 13 players, 14 players. Even if you've got a squad of 18, 19, people don't want to know about the 17th, 18th, and 19 players. They just want to know the first team and a few others, and that's all they're interested in. But to be a successful team, to be the pinnacle, reach the pinnacle, you have to have so much more. And we've restructured. And I'm probably going to do a show on my channel soon about that and sort of speaking on that in particular. But I just don't think we're getting enough praise for it. And I think it will come out slowly, the amount of work that's behind the scenes. Now, I know it's all going to come back to the director of football, Michael O'Donnell, and contracts. I get it. Guys, I get it. And I'm frustrated or bemused or whatever terminology or word you want to use. But we have to sometimes give them credit for the other stuff. And hiring Slot was no fluke. Refusing to give the job to Amrim was no fluke. And look at the state and the situation the two managers find themselves in now. It's amazing, isn't it?
I think we wouldn't have been able to turn over the players with Amorim coming in. So it would have been really difficult. Grizz, just tell him what your channel is, bud. Tell Jill what your channel is.
Football Carnage. So Carnage spelled with my surname, Khanage. You get it? You like it?
Yeah, very good.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
But yeah, I think you're right. The turnover of staff, like if he had come in, I think I read it somewhere where I think it was Joycey or someone else put it out there, but Liverpool thought it would cost 400 million to turn the squad around for Amorim. And that was the kind of thing, like he's a good enough manager. Let's not judge someone just because they're struggling right now, Man United. If he gets his players there, which by the way, that's a huge if as well, because they are struggling. They are struggling off the pitch as well. The Glazers are still going to take money out every single year. There's no doubt they're going to get absolutely ripped financially every year. So personally, I think he needed to be at a club that was going to spend money and change it around, because he can only play one way. That's the problem. You've seen with Arne Slot already. The guy changes the way he does stuff inside games alone. Like this things going on. You're going, what? Haven't seen that before. Haven't seen that for a long time. What about the Man City and Villa games? He set up for City by testing it at Villa, by playing no striker.
Yeah.
He just he tested it out. He wanted to see with my 4 midfielders, can I do it, or with a striker but without, you know what I mean, not a front three, and play his 4 cherished midfielders in both games. He did it, and it worked. It got us 4 points out of 6.
So we're going to finish off with the PSG game very quickly because we've got a game to look forward to, and I wanted you to bring up. It's gone now. We got AG's. Okay, we'll talk about this one first. Yeah. Morton says PSG ran the game, but the plan was to defend, but they were pushed further back than expected. But don't you think Arne saw that we didn't concede goals and therefore didn't change much? I love it. I don't know. I don't know if the plan was to sit, and I think he alluded to it to today in the press conference where he said, "No, we were far too deep, and we were very." Someone said, "A lot of people are saying you're lucky." He said, "Lucky." And then everyone thought, where's he going with this one? And he said, we were very, very, very lucky. He said it 3 times. So
Yeah,
I love his honesty. I absolutely love his honesty, honestly.
yeah,
Can you bring up AG's comment just above
yeah, yeah,
that?
yeah,
It
yeah, yeah.
goes into tomorrow. Because let's look, PSG, it is what it is. We're 1-0 up, and we'll discuss that, later on, whatever, as the days progress. But tomorrow's game, Southampton, Gags,
Mm.
um, which one's more important out the three? We've
Oh
got
my
3 games
God.
in 7 days. So yeah, I'm putting it
Well,
on you, son.
he's
You've
just
been
called
away.
him.
You've been away. You have had it too easy, man. You know what I mean? I've got to ask you the hard questions.
I think all three are equally as important. To be honest, I don't think we could pick. We can't pick one because we can't take our foot off the pedal in the Premier League. We have to go and win in the Champions League to go to the next round and play Villa. And we should really try and win the Carabao Cup as well because we're in the final and it's a day out for all of us. Are you going to be at Wembley,
At the moment, no.
Grizz?
But if someone is out there who may or can get me a ticket, then please message me on any of my socials. Let me know. I am scrambling away for a ticket still. Nothing has come through yet.
I'll be there.
But Gags,
So let me know if you are.
I'm not letting you get away with that sitting on the fence answer. There's 3 games, Gags,
No, but
Tandon.
it's not. It's not
No,
saying
you
on
have
the.
to
It's
rank
not saying on
them.
the.
It
Yeah,
is
I'm not. I'm
three
not going to
games.
rotate. I'm going to play the first team in all three. That's it. There's no rotating for these three. You
Mr.
can't,
Fatigue Index. You're gonna play all three, all
dude. We got
same team.
2 weeks. We got 2 weeks off after that. As in, like they go to they're going to play for the internationals. They're playing 2 weeks in 2 games in 14 days. 2 games in. They've been playing 4 games, 5 games in 15, 4 games in 12, 2 games in 14. It's a break. It's relaxation. They need to get these three done so that the rest of the season, post this international break, is sorted, ready to be attacked, ready to go for, ready to be smashed. And Arsenal have got some tough games in this run. We need to get the 3 points so that they can't have a chance of even getting.
I'm not saying that.
If
Forget
we,
Arsenal. Park the Arsenal chat.
yeah.
I'm saying, as a fans, I want you to rank the 3 games in your opinion that mean the most to you in order. That's what I'm asking you to do.
Southampton, PSG, Newcastle, because that's the order they're coming in. So the one that's first is the most important. Like, what do you want me to say here? There is no right answer. The answer
There
is that
is.
they're
No,
all.
there isn't. There isn't a
No.
right answer. You're
Yeah,
right.
exactly. And that's what, look
I
here,
just
Numero Uno is backing me. They're all three equally important. They're three finals.
there is no right answer. I just want to know your answer.
Bob Paddock has answered it. Sutton first, PSG, then Newcastle.
Fair enough. I'd
Look, I
agree
know
though.
you want something out of me.
To be
I
honest
am
with
not.
you,
Premier League, look, okay, should I just say it? Premier League for me is number one priority above everything. I want to win the Premier League.
but according to most supercomputers, there's a 97% chance of us winning that. So then in that case,
And
PSG.
right now it is, but then if we lost to Southampton, that would come down to something like 90. And then you put the pressure on that you can go and lose the next game, and then it goes down to 85. Then you go lose the next game, it goes to 80. Those
Oh, come on.
supercomputers can get in the bin because they are just taking right now and not the future. The only thing you should be focusing on is winning. And if you remember Rafa, and I love Rafa because he just used to focus next game, next game, next game. We're not looking far. Next game. Poor chap didn't get backed. Otherwise, history would have been very different had he been backed. But
We're gonna start doing from next week. We're gonna start doing mini polls in the chat, Gags. So you got to work out to do. You're the technician here. I haven't got a clue, but I do know actually, but I haven't got access to it on here. We're gonna do mini polls because I want to know what the chat thinks. But let us know just by your answers in the chat. We'll see if we can gauge, sort of, whether he is out of the three. Out of the 3 games, rank the most important with the first, second, and third out of the next 3 games, guys. Let us know. Peter says,
Yeah,
but the
9
league is wrapped up if you didn't know already. So maybe PSG is the most important.
And Clarky said Slot said in the conference that Southampton is an important game. So Arsenal
Forget
can't
what
win.
Slot says. We know what managers and coaches, they're media trained. We know what they say.
Thank you, Wise Ian.
Wise Ian, you're a wise man. You're a wise man.
So Fire says it's PSG for him. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Numero Uno's gone for Southampton, PSG, Newcastle, same as me. Anybody else got a view on which game's most important? Anyone think the Newcastle game's more important? No. Peter says PSG all day long. Newcastle is the most important to Asher because he thinks it's the first trophy.
Trophy for Slot.
Oh, it's massive. Like that's it.
Oh, here we go.
when you look at it all, they're all important.
This is Gags Tandon, guys. Go back and rewatch 4 weeks ago where he couldn't give a shit about the cup. He was like, Grizz, I'd play the dinner ladies. I remember. I don't you deny it. I remember.
No, I will
like,
no, because you're missing the context. You're being Sky Sports and you're being the TNT commentary team here, right? You're being Sam Twitterface. Let me tell you, I said these cups are meaningless until you get to the semi-finals. That's what I said. And if you get through the semi-final, that's when it matters. That's when it matters. That's the only time it matters, when it gets to Wembley. Because you can't lose Wembley. Tu pakora kha. That's all you're going to do. Is it eat a pakora?
You are such a pakora. This is why I'm eating. You are such a pakora. He is such a pakora, guys. He literally sat here and said to me, and he was angry that day. I remember, I'm really frustrated about how important I wanted to win a League Cup in Slot's first season. And now he's literally uttered out of his own mouth, gosh, it's so big next week.
Well, only because we're there. Like as I said, the journey sometimes, those cups are harmful until you get to the finals. And FA Cup, I'm so glad we're out of it, dude. It would have been such a pain to play last weekend. You know what I mean? Like I was saying when we lost to, I think we were talking about it when we lost to Plymouth, it might be the biggest blessing in disguise.
Yep.
Just to get those breaks in those weekends. And it helped us this week by going to the PSG. But I mean, we play shit after a break, by the way. I don't know what happens to us, but we're better when we're playing.
We need to analyze that.
I know, that's weird.
What is that? What is that? Like no one, I can't think of, we have so many intelligent people in the Liverpool sphere, right? That can work out all sorts of things. I haven't heard anyone come out with anything. Chris, is that chicken from our second favorite ITK? It's not chicken, man. Can you explain to them what a pakora is?
Go for it.
It's a
onion bhaji.
It's an onion bhaji, basically. Guys, come on. Does this look like a chick? Does this look like a chicken, guys?
He's probably watching it on like a 4-inch screen or something. He's like, can't see. This little screen.
It probably looks like a
chicken. Adam.
If it looks like a chicken, it smells like a chicken, it's probably a chicken.
But it doesn't smell or taste like one. PSG went into the game knowing they needed to take a lead to Anfield. We set up knowing a draw or 1-1 loss would be good to bring. Yeah, played it out. I think we did. Oh, here we go. Fritters, as they call it.
Fritters?
Fritters. That's what they say in English. Frog. It's a frog.
Fayaz explained it. He says it's fried veggies with a batter, guys, basically.
There it is. There we go. It's fried veggies with batter, guys. There you go. They are tasty, very unhealthy, but tasty as hell. Like they taste so good. So
this one's extra special as well. Shout out my wife. But
there you go.
But look, so tomorrow lineup.
Oh god.
Gags Tandon's lineup, not slots.
No, I would definitely rest Grav, Ibu for this one. Definitely the two that I would definitely rest are Grav and Ibu for this one.
I can't keep up with this guy.
Why?
I give up. I give up with you.
Why?
I give up with you.
Why? Endo can play against Southampton and still win the game. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? What did you just say literally 6 minutes ago?
Yeah.
I'm not resting anyone. I'm saving.
Yeah, I know, but now that I'm thinking about it, like we can't afford with against Southampton just to rest one or two. It's not really resting, is it? It's rotating.
Give up. Okay. Gags Tandon's revised plans and team lineup for tomorrow, sir. Go for it. This is why I call you a pakora.
So the pakora team is
Right.
The Bakura team
Right.
is the front three. I'm hoping they
Right.
save Gakpo for PSG, right? I
Gakpo,
would
Gakpo
like
wants Gakpo wants
I
to
want
go.
him to come back for PSG because I think that's the one thing we missed away from
100%.
home. I thought he was really struggling. Diaz was
100%. 100%.
loads of effort. Just
I thought it was
yeah,
Diaz's worst performance in God knows at
yeah,
the club since he's
yeah,
at the club.
absolutely,
Mm.
absolutely. But I think so. The front lot we can swip around. So,
Well, hold on.
but
Start from the back. So Trent starting.
he has to. We haven't got anyone else, have we? Unless see, because if you ask me, Kwanzaa to play right back or centre back, I think we need to probably save Ibu more to play 2 games next week.
What about Curtis Jones at right back?
No, man. No. Curtis Jones at right back against Southampton. Why? I mean, why would you? It's using minutes for no reason. You know what I mean? Try someone else out there. I mean, who else is there? Is
No one.
Connor Bradley's not back though, is he? And
No.
Clarkey?
No.
He's not. He's not back. He's injured, dude.
He's out for a few weeks still.
Yeah, this person's definitely from another planet. Gakpo is playing. I got the lineup. I don't think he'd risk Gakpo unless he plays in tomorrow and next week. But I think
Okay,
we need Gakpo.
let's work on it together. I think
Right.
I agree with you. I think Trent has no choice but to start, but in the hope that we have the game won by about 60th minute.
Yeah, get someone off. Yeah. Do you think Ibu starts then as well with Virg?
This is the big decision for me personally, and each to their own. Everyone's going to have one area of the pitch where they want one player to be rested, rotated, call it what you want. I want Ibu. I don't want Ibu to start tomorrow, personally.
I agree. I think play Kwanzaa and maybe swap Trent for Ibu after and put Kwanzaa right back, like 60 minutes. So he gets only 30, which is fine. Which is
my hope.
works. Yeah, that works, you see. I don't think we should put
starts,
Endo.
obviously.
I don't think Endo should be right back though.
No.
That's just asking for trouble. So who did you say next? Simi?
So we're going with Trent
Yeah.
to start, and in the hope that 60 minutes the game's won, God
Yeah.
willing. Right. We got
Trent. So we're going Trent, Kwanzaa, VVD, and then Simi, maybe? To
I
give
agree.
Robertson? Because
100%.
Simi's fine. Like, I actually think both of them are first team. Like, I don't even call that a rest. That's just a swap for them both. They're
But
fine.
can I suggest something though?
Go on.
Robbo's a rhythm player.
Yeah.
No, we'll go Simicast. We'll go Simicast. We'll go
He's got
Simicast.
plenty of rhythm, dude. He's got
Yeah.
plenty of rhythm. He's been playing
I agree.
game.
So we'll go Simicast. We'll go Konate. So we'll go VVD, Kwanzaa, Simicast, Trent. In the hope that Trent and Kwanzaa swap. Ibu comes on for last half an hour, whatever. Right.
Yeah.
Midfield. So you straight away said you want Grav rested.
Yeah, he's just tired. You could tell, like, he got to like 75 minutes. Did you see the pass out to Mo?
It was awful. That was a howler of a game for him as well.
Yeah, so I think play Curtis Macker and actually Endo could play, and then it's a choice. Who else would you want to rest out of the other two? Would you want Dom and Mac, or would you want Dom and Curtis? Maybe Mac deserves a rest now. Don't know. I think Dom, Curtis, and Endo is. I mean, Dom and Curtis give you pace and power.
Curtis definitely starts. The only doubt in my mind is Curtis starting is because I think I want Curtis to start on Tuesday as well. But then who for? We wouldn't play those four in midfield at home, would we? Would we?
Yeah, we could. Would be interesting. Would be so good. It would really throw off Enrique as well.
It would throw off Enrique, but would it be seen as a slight negative? We're at home, get that early goal, and the tie's over practically.
It's not a negative, it's tactics. Like, if anyone... See, this is the problem with the modern era. Everything's a negative if it's like something different. In fact,
I'm old-fashioned, Baji, I'm old-fashioned.
Yeah. Look at the toppy, man.
I'm old-fashioned. I'm old-fashioned here. You know,
I think anything he can do to unsettle Enrique is good. Personally, I think we need more of it because Klopp was way too predictable at times with his lineups. It's so easy.
Absolutely agree.
That's why Ancelotti had such a good record against us and worked well against us because he knew what was coming every single time.
Every single time.
So it's easy. But if he keeps people guessing, then it's harder for them to prepare. So that's a great shout from you. Could he go for the 4? Wow, he could. Therefore, maybe you play some of the guys that haven't played as much in I mean, Mo starts. I think Mo will not accept not starting because he's got records to play for himself as well and wants to keep playing and winning. So
Okay.
I
So
think
Mo
Mo
starts.
starts. Do you
Okay.
think Darwin
Hold
gets
on. Hold on. Let's finalize our midfield. So are we
Okay.
saying I don't like Endo at home against Southampton, where we're gonna have a lot of the ball. That's my only dilemma.
Yeah, maybe we just keep Endo for the 20-25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes more, maybe
So
more
Gra-
minutes. Come on.
So Gravenberch. So why not? Why not rotate the 4-5? I should say. Does Harvey start?
Flipping heck.
Because you could play Jones and Elliott and then rest 2 out of the big 3. Too much of a risk?
I think the problem with playing Elliott is then Maka. I don't want to play Maka in the same team just because of the height problem in midfield.
Agreed.
You just want to make sure you have some height in there. So you'd have to, if Elliott plays, then you have to play Curtis and Dom, and then which one's deep?
Curtis has done it before.
Yeah. So if Elliott plays,
Dom could do it with eyes closed as well. I think Curtis and Dom would be a
well. I think then what
lovely
happens
pivot.
is Elliott becomes the 10, right? And the
And
other
Elliott
two become
becomes the
the
10.
yeah, which is better.
That's what I would do. I've done it.
Go on then.
Completed it.
So
I've completed the team.
CJ.
This is what I would do. This is not what
Yeah, go on.
Slot will do or Slot's going to do, guys. This is not a team prediction from Slot. This is a team prediction from us. This is ChatG&G's version of the lineup tomorrow. What we would do, our combined brains, right? I'd go Szoboszlai and Jones to start the game as a double pivot. Elliott in the 10 behind Nunes, Salah, as you said.
Yeah.
Shit, Diaz has to go again because Gakpo's not fit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Or do you throw in Chiesa? If Chiesa can't start at Southampton at home, Gags, who are on 9 points in the league, when is he ever going to start? He has to give Diaz a night off.
Yeah, he has to. And I think what time did Jota come off on midweek?
Oh, Jota as well.
When did Jota come off midweek?
About the 70th.
Was it like 70 minutes? Yeah, he might not play. I don't think he's ready to play 2 games in a week yet.
No,
I think Jota will come back. I think Jota will come back for Tuesday. So, and then Tuesday to Sunday is a nice enough gap, you see, to play Jota again on the weekend if he needs to. So I actually think you're right.
Nunes?
It's probably going to go. But would you play Nunes and Chiesa in the same team? It's a bit of a...
That's a bit of a risk.
So I think Diaz... It'll probably be Diaz up front if Chiesa starts. But I don't know, man.
Nunes has to start.
You reckon? Plus, if Nunes Chiesa start, bloody hell, the pace is going to be unreal up top. Like, it'll be really fast.
I think I'd risk it. Szoboszlai and Jones will give you the solidity, right? And then I'd play Chiesa, Nunes, Salah with Elliott behind. That's enough for Southampton. Come on, for fuck's sake. Let's not go overboard with the cautiousness and the scared, vibes. Like, we need to be full throttle against PSG. We need to make PSG feel Anfield. Like, honestly. Like, any sign of encouragement PSG get will be problematic for us. So I think we need to really show them what Anfield is like. And the only way we can show them through the fan base is through the players. Because if the players show endeavor, fight, passion, desire, and pace, then the crowd, and we've all been there, Gags. Me and you, we've been there so many times. We know the fans thrive off the atmosphere and the tempo the team creates, right? Do you get what I mean? So we have to create that environment. What's Suj saying?
Thanks, Suj. So Gags was changing his idea from keema, samosa, chicken biryani, and rasmalai to tandoori, paneer, veg biryani, and vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, you just read out a whole menu, man. You made me hungry again, Suj, man. I've been fasting, and now you got me out.
Thank you, Suj. Thank you to Morton Pedersen as well, earlier. Appreciate it. Dan's, I don't think is out. Yeah, Dan's is on loan, man. Dan's ain't coming back just yet. So Fayaz keeps asking you this question. It's a repeated question again and again. So you might as well just answer it if you whatever you want. But I think Fayaz keep.
Yeah, I think we're going to look at Dean Huijsen as a centre back, especially because of the release clause. But if the release clause is still active for the following year, then we may wait, because it will be a lovely thing for him to get another year's experience. Because you got to remember, he's a very young centre back. But I think we are interested in Dean Huijsen of Bournemouth. That release clause is very tempting, and we know what we're like with release clauses.
Yeah, definitely. Salah don't play over the weekend. He needs the rest of PSG. Ramadan is taking slot out of him. Oh, a lot out of him. Yeah. Okay, but I don't think Salah has played in Ramadan every single year, and he won't stop.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, imagine trying to tell Salah to...
No, but I think Mo takes that as his test anyway. This is his test during Ramzan, is that I need to be still playing football. This is kind of my test for, my faith.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued because if you bring up Pratham's comment just below, do you see McConnell getting some minutes against Southampton? I rate this kid a lot,
I would love it. If he went for it, I would love it, honestly.
I rate this kid a lot. I rate this kid a lot. And people know that I've been on record as saying I rate him higher than Bejitic. And people don't like that.
If, we do fully rotate at Southampton, even though he's called it like such an important game, and he does fully rotate and we win. Like, everyone's just going to be like delirious.
Well, he didn't rule out rotation. In fact, he kind of hinted at it, Gags, in the press conference.
What did he say?
I don't know. Can someone bring out the exact comments or quotes based around that, please? Really appreciate that if you could. But he kind of hinted at sort of, maybe a tweak or two. That's why I don't think we'll play the same 11 all three games like you suggested or wanted at the start, before the Pakora fried your brain and you realized, I wasn't making sense. So you changed your opinion. Because that's what you done, literally.
I did change it. In a minute.
I'm guilty.
I was like,
I'm guilty, guys. Look at that. That's what we love about Gags. He didn't say go to VAR, check it out. He said, I'm guilty, guys. No, I did. I changed my opinion. Hands up. It's
on video. I can't really lie, can I?
Can't really lie. Yeah, exactly. People just rewind a few minutes and say, Gags, you did say that.
Yeah, I think that's the defender we've just been talking about in Clarkey.
Look, to come to the end of the show, it's another huge week in the calendar. It's another vital week. 3 cup finals, as many are pointing it out. First one tomorrow, then PSG, and then Newcastle away. Gags, by the time we do our show next week,
we'll know whether we're in the Champions League.
No. But at the end of at the end of Sunday, what is your prediction of what the state of play will be with Liverpool Football Club in all 3 competitions?
I think we'll be okay. So, judging by Arsenal, Man United, let's be honest, Man United aren't going to take anything, and then Arsenal probably going to win. So if we say it's the same 13 points this time next week, I think Arsenal will draw next weekend, so it'll be 12 points in the league. So they'll draw to Chelsea at home, which is a tough game for them. Let's be honest, that'll be really tough for them. Although Chelsea are bad, very bad as well. But still, I think Chelsea want to put one over them, and Arsenal aren't exactly strong, especially. Oh, you're on mute, by the way. Oh, okay, sorry, you're talking to someone else. That's fine. So I think it'll be 12 points in the league ahead, unless something happens at Man United, which is crazy, dude, which will be beautiful. But it'll be 12 points. I think we will qualify for the next round of the Champions League, and it'll be against Aston Villa. So we'll get an all-English.
Give us a prediction score prediction for Wednesday or Tuesday.
Tuesday. I think actually it'll be a really tight game. It'll be like it might be a 2-2.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because we don't have to win now. This is a great thing. We can draw and go through. So I think they're not going to be pushovers, and I
No,
think
no, no, no.
we should respect them. And I'll take a 2-2 right now with them,
Oh
and,
yeah.
take a draw and go through. There's some people saying, here we go, Bob saying 3-0 to us. Like, I don't want to be overconfident, to be honest. I think they played really well, and I think they'll have the confidence to come to us. But I think we will score goals. 2-1 to Liverpool from Clarkey. What's your prediction of that game, by the way?
I'm with you. I think it's going to be a very, very tense affair. Initially, before we won 1-0, my prediction was that this could go to extra time. I'm hoping it doesn't go to extra time now that we've got scored that last minute winner,
Yeah.
because that would be too much. I think we hold on. I think if we score the first goal,
They're in trouble. They could be in trouble, yeah.
they'll lose heart because they'll really come out attacking. And then that's where we will exploit. But the longer it stays at 0-0, I don't think they'll come out gung ho, you see. I think they're going to just bide their time. Because 1-0, when you're going to lead, this is why I'm intrigued how Slot will set up, you see, Gags. This is why I'm intrigued to see how this tactical master is going to play the psychology of the game. Because we know when you're going to lead, sometimes it's very difficult to go gung ho and because you don't need to. Do you get what I mean? You don't want to leave spaces open. So I'm intrigued to see how we set up. But I'm with you. It could be a 1-1. It could be a draw, or I'd expect us to win by the odd goal in the game.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be like a thrashing. I'll be surprised. I mean, we've done it to other teams like Real
Yep.
Madrid and Bayern, but Bayern, sorry. But I'm not sure. It's Anfield on a European night. Anything could happen. So I'm going to take the easy, kind of like, as in the more skeptical route, and say it's 2-2. But I think Liverpool will go through. Morton Pedersen, thank you again for another super chat. Your second one today. We almost had a week's break before PSG. The last time we had it was when we met Man U. The only PL loss probably only came after a break. Isn't it strange?
Yeah, we discussed that briefly. I mean, we don't know the answer. We may, we may try to work out on another show.
I know we got to go in a bit, but this is a tough one. Which one? You're going to answer this now. I'm going to put it
I'm
on
going to
you.
answer this one now.
Yeah, because you gave it on me before, so now you take this.
Southampton.
Wow. Seriously, man. Nah, man. That's mad.
No. I changed my mind.
Go on then.
PSG, because we can still win in an extra time. If we lose in the 90 minutes 1-0, we go to extra time. No, we beat them in extra time.
That's not losing then, is it? Bob's saying he'd take the Newcastle loss.
No, Southampton, because we'd still win the league. I think we're allowed 4 reversals of results, guys, in the Premier League. 4 adverse. We can afford 4 adverse setbacks in the Premier League. 4 out of the remaining 10, or is it 11? 11 games left or 10 games left? Which one?
11, isn't it?
Okay, so 11 games left.
Oh no, 10 for us, 11 for Arsenal.
10 games left, so we're allowed 4 adverse results.
That's mad. That's such a luxury, man.
It's mad, isn't it?
I just can't see Arsenal doing it. So you're right. If there was one choice, you'd have to do, because you wouldn't want to go out of a competition, right?
Okay, 4 out of 11. Ali says, sorry. Yeah, 11 games.
Is it?
Yeah.
No. We played 28, dude. It's 38. It's 10.
Well,
I've got the table up. Yeah.
Ali, shut up. Giving false information again. Ali's a friend. I can tell him to shut up. He's my regular annoying little.
Yeah, I know. You've had
I've got that love-hate relationship with him.
It's all right, buds. I'll just put it here for proof. Look,
28. There you go, Ali.
28.
Oh
Ali.
gosh, Ali.
Tomorrow won't be 10, Ali. After tomorrow will be 9.
9.
Mathematics.
You changa mathematician hai tum. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Listen. It's a tough question, but I think we can. In that case, we can afford to lose to Southampton.
You're right. I think it would be Southampton. I think I'd agree. It have to be, because you don't want to end 2 competitions, and you know that it'd be 10 points. With maybe it go down to 7, but still, that's quite comfortable, man. Going into 9 games left, you're still thinking, what the hell?
Especially that it's not City, remember?
Yeah.
So, but guys,
who's got City?
Forest away.
Oh,
No, what did you say?
no, I'm just saying. I was just saying that Arsenal would be 7 points, could be 7 points behind if like we did lose, if they won the game in hand as well. But I don't actually trust Arsenal to win anything right now.
Stop letting the doubts creep inside your head again. Stop it.
I'm not doubting. I don't think we'll lose tomorrow anyway, and I don't think. I think we'll edge it on Tuesday, and I think then Sunday we'll have a free ride to. They have lost some players, man, to injury. They've lost half their defense.
But we'll
Botman
discuss
and
it.
oh,
We'll discuss it next week's June.
yeah.
Because that will be the preview. You guys will-
Hopefully, we're in celebratory mood.
We will be. We will be in absolute celebratory mood. I'm very convinced we will go through on Tuesday and get the 3 points, and on we go. This has been ChatG&G. This has been a wonderful show. I've missed Gags. I'm not going to lie. It has felt 3 weeks. It felt like 2 months. Eddie was a brilliant stand-in, by the way. He was excellent. So shout out Eddie as well. I hope you guys have liked the stream. We didn't once ask today. We're a bit lazy. We got engrossed in the chat so much that we didn't ask for any likes.
No,
So
there was
hopefully-
pakoras in the chat. There was pakoras on the
biryanis in the chat and onion bhajis and fritters, as some would say. You know, why can't we?
low prioritized PSG. Balaji, thank you so much for the
Donation. Why can't we? Why?
Why would you lower prioritize
Why?
PSG? Why?
Yeah. Why?
Balaji,
You
like,
tell us why.
can you respond, Balaji? Why would you want to lower prioritize the Champions League right now when you? I know we've got a tough draw. Like we're going Villa, but to be honest, Villa at Anfield will crumble. We know that. So it's the away game where we're going to have to, and we just played them off the park the other week. They shouldn't have got a 2-2 draw. We absolutely hammered them. They should not have got. They scored two. It's like what we did to PSG, Villa did to us. They scored 2 goals out of 4 or 5 shots. You know, that's all they did. We were just.
It's going to be
hammering them.
interesting. Look,
So-
it's going to be interesting. Villa, whenever you play a two-legged affair with a team that you know very well, and you play kind of every season, it becomes a bit of a
Grizz,
lottery. But
before you go, Abdu is asking, do you think we'll sign Isaac?
I'd love it. If David Ornstein says the interest is real, then the interest is real. I don't see it happening. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I can say that as well. The interest has got to be real if Ornstein's saying it. And
I just don't see it.
I
just don't see us paying
it
the kind of
depends
money. If Salah, yeah.
No, it doesn't depend on Salah at all. Or it depends on obviously Newcastle not qualifying for Champions League 1.
Yeah.
And
No, I think he wants out regardless. I do agree.
No, but Grizz, that's going to hurt them because of PSR, right? If they don't get that money next year for
Yes.
Champions League,
Yes.
that means their income is really low again next year.
Yes.
And therefore, he's going to be, and also for him as a player who's really this season's he's been incredible, showing the Premier League what he's all about.
Oh, beautiful.
He has been, and the way he worded it the last week. Did you hear the words he said?
Fake quotes.
Oh, were they fake? Oh, damn. Okay, that's fine. They were fake then. So
Fake.
I was getting my hopes up, but
I know.
I also agree with the Ornstein stuff though, and obviously things that's going round, that Liverpool are interested in him.
Yeah.
And if they don't get the Champions League, and we do sell Jota and Nunez, or a combination of Darwin and Diaz,
I think.
then-
Look, I may have dampened this link in terms of actually signing him. We know we're interested, but what I will say, and what we will end the show on, because I must eat.
Go.
What I will end the show with saying is, we will have, I guarantee you, we will have transfer shows galore this summer. And let me tell you, they will be needed. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm
They'll
going to
be
say.
needed.
They will be needed because there will be plenty of action. Gags, it's been wonderful.
It's been wonderful, Grizz. Great to be back. Yeah, next week's going to be really interesting. I hope you stick with Anfield Index. I hope you stick with Grizz on the Big Six or Football Carnage, wherever he is on his channels. Please do support him. He supports us, so you should support him if you don't already. I'm sure you do. Most of you here for him. But yeah, please do support us as well. And the channel's growing really nicely from where we were in November to where we are now. It's amazing.
All down to you guys. All down to you guys.
And we really appreciate everyone being here and supporting us. And honestly, it's from the heart. Thank you very much for making the channel already a little bit of a success for us, a little mini one, and we're going to try and boost it. And to win a title in the first year of starting a YouTube channel as well would be absolutely wonderful for us.
I want to shout out a very, very valuable member of my channel, mod Rafa DJS Daza, out in USA. Big up yourself, my friend. Very, 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 very nice guy. Big Liverpool fan. He's actually from Wolverhampton originally, so he's still got the Wolves accent. Yep.
The neighbor of mine, Rafa. Then.
Yep. But he's actually moved out to the US now. So big up Daza and his family. He says, Grizz, on a 3-hour journey to family, get on your channel and keep me entertained. My friend, I don't want to give too much away, but I will be back on my channel with a bang. I promise you guys. So, but in the meantime, we're here. I'll be back on Saturday with Dave, I believe. Dave's back as well. So, and in the meantime, guys, like, subscribe, share, do all the good stuff. Anfield Index, doing bits. And yeah, man, Liverpool, more importantly, doing bits as well.
Up the Reds, up Grizz. And, thank you all again. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week at the same time, same place. Maybe a change of time. We don't know. Day. We'll figure it out. Thursdays or Fridays, basically, at the moment, was what's suiting us. But
that's right.
We'll be back. Thank you very much.
Take care.